Something is seriously breaking inside the housing market right now, and it's probably not what you're thinking. While everyone's eyes are glued to interest rates, a much bigger, quieter problem is spreading from city to city. Let's get into it. Get this. The absolute safest borrowers in America, we're talking people with near perfect credit, are defaulting on their mortgages, and the rate is just skyrocketed up over 300% in just the last year. These aren't reckless buyers. These are the people who did everything by the book, and they are still going under. So, what in the world is going on here? This is a huge anomaly in the market. We're seeing even the most financially responsible homeowners struggling. It feels like the rules we all thought we knew are changing right under our feet. What's truly alarming is the scope of this problem. For the first time in 2025, delinquency rates rose across all three major loan types, all at the same time. Conventional, FHA, and VA loans are all trending in the wrong direction together. That's not a coincidence. That signals a systemic issue. This right here, this is the delinquency rate for FHA loans. It's now at its highest point since 2021. And for years, analysts have called FHA loans the canary in the coal mine for the wider market, right? It's supposed to be that early warning sign of trouble. Well, consider the warning bell officially rung. But here's the thing. This isn't just a warning anymore. The problem has broken containment. Delinquencies are up across every single credit tier, from subprime all the way to superprime. That insane 300% surge I just mentioned, that was for borrowers with credit scores of 781 and higher. And this really gets to a huge misconception people have. A high credit score doesn't make you financially bulletproof. It's a backward-looking number. It tells us you were good at paying your bills in the past. It says absolutely nothing about your savings, your job stability, or the fact that the cost of everything is going through the roof. People who have paid on time their entire lives are now hitting a brick wall. So where is this all coming to a head? Where are these delinquencies actually turning into foreclosures? Let's map out the fallout. Okay, just in December 2025 alone, foreclosure filings jumped a staggering 57% year over year. And that wasn't just a one-off blip. We've now had 11 straight months of these annual increases. This thing isn't slowing down, it's picking up speed. And this is ground zero. Florida currently has the highest foreclosure rate in the entire country. But it's not just a Florida problem. We're seeing this in Cleveland, Las Vegas, even Manhattan is seeing record high foreclosure activity. If you want a perfect example of how quickly a market can flip, just look at Washington, D.C. After more than 120,000 federal jobs were cut, housing inventory just exploded by over 60%. When the incomes disappeared, those carrying costs became impossible to manage, and it turned a stable market into a distressed one almost overnight. So this all leads us to the central question, right? When we see people with great credit and low fixed-rate mortgages defaulting, we have to dig deeper. Let's unmask the real culprit here. It's a hidden crisis that's been quietly building for years. So think about it. If the actual mortgage payment for most of these homeowners is fixed and low, what is pushing them over the edge? What is the invisible force that's causing all of this financial distress? This is it, $16,000. That's the average annual hidden cost of owning a home. Now, this isn't your principal and interest payment. This is everything else. The maintenance, the soaring property taxes, and the killer home insurance premiums. It's the cost of just keeping the house after you've already bought it. Let's put this in perspective. Over the last several years, if your income went up by 20%, you're actually doing better than most people. But in that exact same period, the carrying costs for your home shot up by 76%. Your income just can't keep up. The math doesn't work. And the single biggest driver behind this cost explosion is insurance. Premiums are up 70% nationally since 2019. But in a state like Florida, it's a completely different story. The average homeowner there is shelling out over $8,300 a year. And in some parts of the state, it's as high as $22,000 a year just for insurance. And here's the data that ties it all together. It's not a theory, it's a fact. There is a direct, measurable link between these out-of-control insurance costs and mortgage defaults. People aren't defaulting because they can't afford their mortgage. They're defaulting because they can't afford their mortgage plus everything else that's being piled on top. So, in response to this growing crisis, the government has decided to step in. But their solution, well, it's a short-term fix that might just create a much, much bigger problem down the road. It's a gamble. And guess who's holding all the risk? The homeowner. On March 18th, the agency that oversees Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac quietly changed a major rule. See, you used to be required to have full replacement cost insurance, the kind that actually pays to fully rebuild your home. Now they're allowing actual cash value policies, which are cheaper up front but only pay out the depreciated value of whatever was damaged. Now, here's the cruel irony. This rule change, which is supposed to provide relief, doesn't even apply to FHA borrowers, the very people getting crushed the most by these costs. But the bigger problem is the risk. If your 15-year-old roof is destroyed, insurance will only pay you what a 15-year-old roof is worth, leaving you with a huge bill to cover the cost of a new one. It is a classic Band-Aid over a bullet wound. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This helps the channel grow. And check out the links in the description. If you're thinking about buying or selling, I can connect you with a top agent in your area. Or if you need life insurance, my team and I can help you anywhere nationwide. Now, let's look to our neighbors to the north for a minute, because the financial pressures we're starting to see have already played out in Canada. What homeowners there are going through right now, it's a preview of what could be heading our way next. See, in Canada, most mortgages reset every 3 to 5 years, and right now, about 60% of all Canadian mortgages are coming up for renewal. We're talking about homeowners who locked in rates around 1 or 2%, and they're now facing renewals at 4 or 5%. The result is a massive payment shock. Their payments are surging 20 to 40%, and as you'd expect, delinquencies for their near-prime borrowers have spiked over 30%. And I know what you're thinking. But hey, that can't happen here. We have 30-year fixed mortgages in America. And for the most part, that's true. But what a lot of people are missing is that this very same payment shock is already happening to hundreds of thousands of Americans right now. That's the number. 328,000 U.S. homeowners with adjustable rate mortgages, or ARMs, have already passed their initial fixed rate period. They took out these loans 7 to 10 years ago when rates were rock bottom, and now those rates are adjusting in a much, much higher rate environment. A 3.5% mortgage could now be sitting at 7 or even 8%. Why does this shock most families simply cannot absorb? So, where does all of this leave us? It leaves us in a new reality, one where the entire foundation of housing affordability has been shaken to its core. And yeah, this is a crisis, but within every crisis, there's also an opportunity. Affordability has hit its worst level ever recorded. I mean, think about this. Right now, it takes 47% of the median household income just to own a medium-priced home. The historical standard for what's considered affordable is 30%. We are so far beyond that threshold, it's not even funny, and it's pricing the vast majority of Americans completely out of the market. And the market is already starting to react to these pressures. Prices are falling in nearly 100 metro areas across the country. We're seeing declines of over 20% from the peak in hot markets like Austin, Oakland, and Cape Coral. As these carrying costs keep climbing, more sellers are going to be forced to lower their prices just to get a deal done. So let me be crystal clear. We are not repeating 2008. This is a totally different kind of breaking point. This isn't a credit crisis caused by bad loans. This is a carrying cost crisis. The mortgage payment stayed the same, but everything else became completely unaffordable. But look, every market correction, every single one, creates a window of opportunity for people who are prepared. If you've been patient, if you've been saving your money and waiting for the numbers to make sense again, well, the math is finally starting to shift. The people who win in markets like this are the ones who understand what's really happening before everyone else does. The fundamentals of the housing market are undeniably shifting. More inventory, more price cuts, and more negotiating power for buyers are all on the horizon. The only question that really matters now is, are you prepared for it? If you like a video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This helps the channel grow, and check out the links in the description. If you're thinking about buying or selling, I can connect you with a top agent in your area, or if you need life insurance, my team and I can help you anywhere nationwide.